With Jean-Philippe Desraux starts from pole position. Rob Weldon for United starts second in car number 2. Andrew Bentley in the Sister United car will be third in car number 3, and it's Alessandro Bressan for Villorba Corsa fourth in LMP2. And the pole position in GTE taken by the 88 crew. Francois Perrodo will start that Ferrari from the pole position in GTE. Cars coming out of turn 10 to get this second round of the ELMS Championship underway. It's a long hold, and Sally Jolich is dictating the pace. The Team WRT car about to let rip. Round 2 of this year's season gets underway with the red lights out now. And a stellar overtake, quite possibly for John Fowler around the outside in the number 25 car. He's picked off at least one position. Lots of brake and smoke as they headed into turn 1 on cold tyres and cold brakes as well. This first lap is a launch into the unknown, but it's John Fowler who leads the motor race into turn 3 for the first time. Sally Jolich for Racing Team Turkey makes it 2 Pro-Am cars in the top 2 positions. Nicola Jamat for United Autosports is third in the 32 car, ahead of Diego Manchaca for Algarve Pro Racing. Paul Lafargue, who started the 28 EDEC Sport car, runs 6th, and in 7th place it's WRT, the Barcelona winners for Yifei Ye, and now way out wide, out of Rauch corner goes Nicola Jamat in an attempt to overtake Sally Jolich. The track swings to the left now at turn 6, and the United car will go through. Started in 3rd, and Jamat's up to 2nd place, Graham Goodwin.
Absolutely, and also right on the tail of Sally Jolich now is Paul Lafargue in the number 28 EDEC Sport Orica. This has been fast and furious stuff. It's like tipping a bucket of Oricas down the hill, isn't it? Fantastic scenes as they came out from turn 3 down towards turn 4. Closely, we've got the GT cars in amongst LMP3s as well already. We're going to see, I think, a bit more of that as things start to actually even out here. Looking to see what's happened with the slower starting LMP2s. They were a bit covered with LMP3s at the start, but they've now managed to get ahead. This is that train of cars, though. 3rd down, the top 2 are getting away here, John.
Sally Jolich, so Jolich 3rd, Lafargue 4th, and a big spin and a huge accident at turn 3. That was the Team Virage car off the track, and arriving at turn 3 backwards, it has collected at least 2 cars.
That's the AIM-1 car.
Yeah, Rob Hodes heading up the hill, lost it all on his own, then a flick the other way, and you're right, right into the 18 Villorba Corsa car. In the DKR engineering car, he's back into the race. The safety car peels into the pit lane, and we are racing again, but not quite yet, because John Fowler, together with Nicola Jamat and Sally Jolich, are now going. It took them a little while, but that was all down to John Fowler backing the field up as much as he dared to, and now releases the throttle. And the Aurus 01 from the 25 crew G-Drive Racing leading here, now lining up for a move. On 3rd position though is Phil Hansen, flashing the lights on Sally Jolich, but there was no way through at turn 1. Phil going to concentrate on getting the slingshot out of turn 1 and maybe making an overtake at the top of the hill. Meanwhile, side by side for 3rd position in LMP3, and Colin Noble gets ahead briefly in the number 7 car. Now round the outside at turn 3 at the top of the hill is attempting to make a move, Phil Hansen, but well defended from Turkish driver Sally Jolich.
Great stuff here. Sally Jolich building confidence in only his 2nd start in the LMP2 car. It will be better and better the longer we can keep Phil Hansen behind. Phil Hansen will be more and more frustrated.
Change. Phil Hansen's got a very good run on Sally Jolich this time though, and on the approach to Rauch corner, even though the Brit has the outside line, can he head into the corner on the outside, which will give him the inside line through turn 5. The problem then though is the track turns left at 6, and I don't know whether Phil Hansen can cut across the nose of Sally Jolich. He's almost done it, as long as he doesn't run wide now between 6 and 7, and yes, finally the 22 car gets ahead. A really nice overtake through the course of about 3 corners there.
Employs 3 of the Oricas here into, and that's the BHK car being just shuffled a little wide. Right again at Le Mans. It will be Dwight's debut at Le Mans after being eliminated from the race proper after a heavy accident last season. Great shot there from the back of the 93 car.
Well,
yes. Was that the Aston Martin have his shuffle back a couple of places? I think it
was. Challenge for the lead in LMP2 though, and this is all because of the traffic. John Fowler slightly less clinical through the GTs, and that means Nicola Jamat is able to get ahead at turn 3. The 32 United Autosports car now
work as well before she sets off on her new gig as the newly minted race director for the Pure ETCR series. Good luck, Lisa.
Phil Hansen on the inside of John Fowl and gets second place at the Jochenrindt Curve. Turn number 9, they tumbled down the hill through 10, and this pro-mentored Dragon Speed car. Did Colin Noble get in front of Rob Weldon at turn 3? They were side by side a moment or two ago.
WRT, the W Racing team.
Yeah, hails from Belgium, although it looks like he comes from the north of England with a flat cap like that. Very smart. Side by side again for Roman Rusinov, who's finally got the jump on Sally Jolic, and Jolic looking to get by the number 80 Ferrari. That gap was being squeezed. The classic tracks like Spa-Francorchamps developed with some overtaking for the slower cars. That's obviously key. But do we think we're going to see more safety cars on average because of the runoff? We'll deal with that question in a moment, but there's an off-track Californian driver for JMW Motorsport.
Up to 4th again, and this is going to be, I think, quite an intriguing match.
As now dicing for 3rd position in the GTE category, Francois Perrodo leaving his braking to the last possible moment and gets the move done at least briefly on Manuela Gosner, but Gosner's going to do some fighting back here. We haven't yet seen many pit stops for the GTEs. There's been a drive-through penalty for Perrodo's car, and the Frenchman is now trying to make up that lost ground. So getting ahead of Manuela Gosner, the class is led.
It's compulsory to attend that, and you will be fined if you don't. As there's a touch, and off goes the 15 car, and there's a second contact with the number 9.
The machine of Rory Penttinen, who rejoins. Can he get into the pit lane is the next question, but you're right, double contact as Benham came back across the track and just tagged the rear of the Penttinen car. They came very close to contact.
As we've got the 2 United cars side by side, and that looks to me like 22 is going to make it through. Their recovery.
Yeah, so Phil Hansen side by side with Manuel Maldonado, and Hansen is by at turn 1, although doesn't get the ideal run through the corner, had to readdress his line for fear of track limits, and here comes Manuel Maldonado on the fight back. He's got the inside line for the next corner at 3, little kink at 2, which nobody really recognises, and now late on the brakes. As long as Maldonado keeps the car in the middle of the road, Phil Hansen won't be able to turn in, and that's a fantastic overtake again between the two teammates. Trade on the small details. This a moment or two ago was a detail for Jean-Baptiste Lehay. I thought, wow, that's a good overtake. The problem is he then didn't make turn 4 at Rauch and had to skate through the gravel track. Graham Goodwin. Thankfully there is that.
We're not going to see that, I'm afraid, but knew he was going to be under threat from the car.
Just a thought that, you know, Phil's not then
done.
Up the hill goes Duncan Cameron, and the 55 Ferrari has made a stop, running in 3rd position now, which behind Francois Perrodo. Into Europol, going for a move on the Graf car and gets it. That was Matteo Passini up against the Racing Experience car number 12. So that's Martin Hipper for the 2nd of the Inter Europol competition cars. As now for a long way back goes the 7th place Duquesne team car, driven by Rene Binder, to get a place on Paul Lafargue.
It finally makes it. That's been some time in the making, that pass. Rene Binder, and we had that to head forward. There's a trouble there behind. That's the number 3 car. That's Jim McGuire.
Jim McGuire thing to Rob Hodes at turn 3. The car
identical.
Switched, yes. He didn't get the second spin in the other direction, but
did he brake on the curb there? See again here. This is the number 6 in the middle, and just a tag, wasn't it, to the back of the 24 car?
Just the faintest. And was going for a move on Duncan Cameron, so it was for the 3rd place, and on coming out of the corner, caught too much curve. Great track at Sonoma, great track here, and I'm sure Rodrigo Sales has become an instant fan.
Didn't pick him off, did he?
He didn't pick him off, no.
That's a quick Ferrari down the hill.
Well,
up the inside, though. Richard, there's not quite the room there, is there?
Very good drive off the corner as you make the point, and also, you know, that's partly down to the balance of performance, because these cars will make their speed across the lap in very different ways. Here comes the Ferrari again on the fight back, elbow out on the right-hand side, and Leitz then tried to get by it through turn 6. Turn 7 is another left-hander, and the 66 car of Sales holding him off nicely. Now, actually, just a thought about Rodrigo Sales. He has been at the wheel for
the whole race.
Long, yes. So have we had a driver change there? I'm not sure.
It finally makes it pay. Finally makes it pay. But that was spirited defence there.
Really
well
good.
done, sir.
Absolutely.
We like a bit of that.
Like to see plenty more of that, certainly for J&W Motorsport. Track is this, turn 3 again. Exit of turn 3, too much right foot for James Allen. A bizarre moment midweek, 1 o'clock, there or thereabouts. We might get some precipitation.
And what time is it?
Well, we're 11 minutes away from that crucial hour. There's more overlapping here as EDEX Sport almost pushed to the grass by the Algarve Pro racing car. So this is the 24 machine versus 28. It's Richard Bradley for Algarve. It is Paul-Luc Chatin for EDEX.
A run back up to the rear end of Richard Bradley, but again, he's not got quite enough in that toe.
Oh, very late move indeed from Paul-Luc Chatin, former champion, and he gets Richard Bradley. Needed to be decisive.